You're listening to the Gettin Salty Experience podcast.
Hello! And away we go. Welcome back. Look at my baby. He's all fucking beaming over here, dude. You can't. He's
pumped up, baby.
Back to the Gettin Salty Experience podcast. The only one that brings the Firehouse kitchen table to you, the NHL to you. We bring it all. The guy who shot Osama bin Laden right in the face. This is what Ruffy is in the pre-show. Hold on a minute. Get guys.
Oh, wait. That's quick. I'm done.
Come on.
Here we go. It's coming.
He's all pumped. He's pumped. He's got his Rangers jersey on, bro. He's ready to go.
I'm getting a little of the inside scoop. You know what I mean? I found that out about you guys now. You know, it's good.
It's good stuff, right?
It's kind of like what they're doing here. I'm doing there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know.
My buddy's been a hockey guy as long as I know him, bro, since we were kids. And right when he had a smile on his face, Gons, I'm like, holy shit! Like, it's like he's pumped.
I'm hoping he can get the words out, and he's not like.
He's like Anthony.
I was heard at work today.
That's later.
All right.
Come on. All right, we got to get Anthony in. He's a great guy, man. His father was a phenomenal fireman. I got to work with him a little bit, but we got some stories, right, Ruff? Some guys who worked with him.
I do have some good stories.
Vinny the Head Pickford worked with him. Who else? We got Mr. Reichman. I love Reichman. He's a good dude.
Jimmy Reichman.
Moyak,
all the 270. Ray Seeley, I think, was kind of out of there at that time, but
no. Fat Daddy was right after that, wasn't he?
He got promoted, right? As soon as
after that,
So we just taste the soup.
So, bro, we bring everybody to you. We bring the guy who shot Osama right in the fucking head. We got NHL players here, bro. We got it all, right?
Yeah, right.
We're working on actually.
Oh wait, I have two separate ones for that. I have that little.
Wait, which one?
I have them both. I have them split up for the.
You know what? Go fuck yourself. How about this one?
Nobody cares.
That's that one. Don't ruin it, you dick.
I didn't say nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, you know who we're working on? Working on a guy who was an MMA guy. He's a fireman in Cleveland. Stipe. I don't know his name. Heavyweight champion, or he was. We're working on him.
Okay.
Because you know what? We bring it all to you, the Firehouse Kitchen Table. But let's get out the spots in so we can get Anthony in here in a hurry.
All right.
Anthony.
All right, stand by, Anthony. But
I would call out to his face, but I'll call him on the podcast because he doesn't know where I am. Anthony. Yeah.
That's a nickname that us Anthonys have. But by the way, anyway. All right, here's the fire store.
Hi, Susie.
The Fire Store. Equipping protectors with passion. Every decision we make as a company is about you, our customer. We wouldn't be where we are today without you, and we don't take that lightly. The Fire Store started by simply seeing and fulfilling a need in the fire service. It's how we operated then, and it's how we continue to operate today. No matter how much we grow, we will always staff active or retired firefighters, police officers, EMTs, and paramedics. With over 1,000 years of combined public safety experience, we know our products and our customers, and will never compromise on quality because your safety matters. We understand that having the right gear can mean the difference between life and death. Our goal is to get you the gear you need when you need it at prices you can afford. Visit us at thefirestore.com for everything but the truck and shop our family of brands, including Streamlight, MSA, Lion, Fleer, and more.
They are good. They have everything, honestly. And that with that for a little catchphrase they got there, everything but the truck. They ain't lying. They ain't lying.
She ain't lying.
They got everything but the truck there, bro. So head on over to the Fire Store if you need some firefighter gear or anything to do with firefighting. Get ahead. Let's get our boy Vince in here, bro.
For sure. Here we go for Armor Tough.
Armor Tough interlocking floor tiles are the best choice to replace new or aging, stained, or cracked concrete or epoxy floors. Here's why. Armor Tough tiles come with a lifetime warranty and are usually installed in 1 or 2 days, depending on the size of your station, with virtually no disruption in daily operation. Armor Tough interlocking tiles are guaranteed from chipping, cracking, peeling, breaking, or staining. Once installed, the tiles are non-skid and non-slip and meet the ADA standards for the friction coefficient. The tiles are stain resistant and impervious to any chemicals or volatiles that are used in the fire service. Once installed, your floor will be easy to clean with just soap and water. Install an ArmorTough tile floor in your apparatus bays, offices, training rooms, workshops, exercise rooms, kitchens, banquet halls, or any other room in your station. Call Vince today for a no-obligation quote at 908-917-7697. Why install a breakable epoxy floor that will need replacing in 5 to 10 years when you could have a floor that will last a lifetime? Drop a halogen on an ArmorTough floor and you won't see any damage. Don't try this with concrete or epoxy. Join the hundreds of career and volunteer fire departments nationwide who have chosen an ArmorTough interlocking tile floor. ArmorTough interlocking tiles are half the price of epoxy and will last a lifetime without issue. Again, call Vince today for a no-obligation quote at 908-917-7697.
I love that little Vince. He's great. You know who was no stranger to the friction coefficient tonight? Roof. We got a Ranger player on tonight. Oh.
Yeah, kid.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
When does hockey season start, Ruff?
The 12th. They got their first game the 12th, I think.
12 to 12:02 p.m. and then I'll be watching the game.
Awesome. All right, let's bring him in here, bro. We got a real live NHL player right here. His father was a fireman. We're going to tell some stories about him, and we got some stories from the guys who actually worked with him in the same firehouse. Go ahead, Ruff. Bring him in.
All right, so maybe you didn't notice, but Anthony is the only Queens native the first Queens native to play for the New York Rangers. Coming to the stage, Anthony Greco, baby. And he's a freaking good-looking son of a gun, too.
Holy man. I told him he looks like his old man a little bit. Is that me? There he is. Look at him.
And he's got some curtains in the back like I do. Look at that.
Yeah.
Must be a giant thing.
Well, nobody's really got curtains like you, bro, except for Abe Lincoln.
Oh, is that time for what I think it is?
The only thing we have to fear is
Fear itself.
Curtains loose curtains.
the only thing.
All right, take it easy. Let's do the
The pledge. I'm
the
sorry.
Pledge of Allegiance first.
Let's do the
before
Pledge
we
of
get silly.
Allegiance.
Here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Well, that's your Rangers song that's playing, not mine.
Oh, it's not me, bro.
That ain't me. Mine's not moving.
I'm gonna go. Look, there's no way. Because I'll show
Gotta
you.
be Cobra.
Look,
I'm down yet. It ain't me.
listen. Mine would be doing the little squirrely lines right now. I got the.
So would mine. Mine doesn't stop.
That's it. I turned mine off just like that.
I mean, it's fine. I don't know.
All
we
right,
got to
Luke.
do the word of the day. Because, Anthony, I don't know if you know this, but every time somebody says this, I see you drinking a little vino there. What do you got?
Agitator, bourbon, barrel-aged red wine.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
actually
word
have a
of the-
red wine like that with bourbon in it. Like it's aged in the bourbon barrel.
Look at that. What's the word of the day, Gonzo?
Okay, the word of the day is going to be this one right here. Let me go ahead and show you, and then we're going to play something at the same time. Here we go.
Nobody cares about hockey.
Roofie.
That includes everyone.
So Anthony, every time I'm like, dude, the Rangers did this, the Rangers did. Rube watches Boomer Esiason, right?
Yeah.
Always like,
Nobody,
yeah,
cares,
nobody cares
about hockey. That includes everyone.
I think
I know
Boomer's daughter's married to Matt Martin, though.
Yes,
She
yes,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
We'll play the whole song later. I was wet myself. Let's
That's
get
a
to
tough
the
song.
before.
That guy.
All right. I cracked myself up. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead, Roof. This is your show today to lead it, man. You get in
All right,
there.
and so take us back to the beginning. Like, what was your? Where'd you grow up? What was your life early on? When did you know? When did you start playing hockey? All that stuff.
Yeah, I grew up in Massapequa Park. It was really just I watched a Ranger game on TV. I actually specifically remember if I could play. It was really as simple as that, and skated in.
What age are we talking, Ant? How old were you?
I think I was around 4.5, 5.
Whoa, that early you knew, huh?
Yeah, it was just liked what I saw on TV and said that's what I wanted to do, and it was pretty just cut and dry like that. It wasn't anything. Yeah, there wasn't much thought into it, but then I was on skates pretty soon after that, getting going.
Your dad was a sick Ranger fan too, right? Like me.
Yeah, that was we sat and watched the games in the living room and that's how it kind of all came about because he was a baseball guy. Like even later on in life, he could crush 3 games in a day and it's back before they had the pitch clock. Like it's a good 10 hours of baseball a day.
Wow,
and that's what he loved. So yeah, I think part of him still probably wished that I played baseball instead. But
Ruffy says that baseball players are pussies. They're always hurt. Right?
Well, at least you wouldn't have to play with a cash. Then you could, if you strained an eyelash, you could be out for like 21 days stable list. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know what I say to that, Ruffy? Nobody cares about hockey.
I know.
Hold on a minute.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So, Gonzo, where are you, bro?
You had my back. We had each other's back. Just
you got to play the song. All right, come on.
What was your first? What was your first recollection of the Firehouse? Like, when did you start doing that?
We did like the Christmas parties. Like we always did the Christmas parties when I was a kid. Looking back at them now, that was there was a lot of partying going on.
Drunk Santa. Possibly, allegedly, maybe.
Drunk, allegedly.
Hey, Santa's on the roof.
Santa smells like bourbon. Steely.
Very red faced and sweating, and yeah, I remember that, and going to 47 parties.
All right, he was at 47 first, right? Yeah.
And I remember that. And then as I got older, was staying at the Firehouse, and because I had a game somewhere the next day, so I was just sleeping over there, and the mice running around the floor, and I was
good stuff.
Yeah, I was on duty to open the garage door when they had a run and close it, and I would probably make it one run, and then I wouldn't hear the alarm the rest of the night. And
good for you.
6 months.
We get some of those guys who actually work.
Where was that? That was at
that was at 270. I remember doing that at 270.
Yeah. So your dad worked. He was at 47. Jimmy Reichman just texted me. He worked with Espo there, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Espo was in 47.
Espo was at 47, and then your dad went to 275, which is
they're rocking,
Merrick Magic, right? One of the busiest. I think they gave they were number 1 in first due 1075s, which
they gave the most 75s in the city,
which is the first company in the whole city to be at a job first. Like that's like a legit.
Did you go there too, Ant? Did you buff out in 275 too? Well, you don't remember.
I don't think I remember. The only 2 things that stick out was 270 had the best shower in the world. Like they must have turned the governor off the shower, and Pete Myslinski used to watch TV at full volume until 2 a.m. I remember I couldn't sleep.
He's coming on the show in a few weeks.
He might have been deaf a little bit in one ear.
Yeah, he's definitely deaf.
So you start skating at 4, right? When do you join like an organized hockey league? At what age then?
I think I was probably 6 or 7, maybe, in Freeport. Freeport Arrows was like the first team in the bubble there in Freeport. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the bubble.
Yeah.
I started there, and then it was the Long Island Royals in Kings Park. And it just kind of, and it all like kind of blends together now.
Right.
But yeah, it was a lot of pretty much every rink in Long Island. Like I was skating with guys before school, rushing skills skating
He
guys.
told Reichman told me you had at 8 years old he had a Russian coach. So that's what I was going to ask you. So your dad, like, he knew that you had something going there at that time.
I guess so. Like,
I was just gonna ask that, Roof. Like, at what point did you realize?
Because
like,
I see a lot of parents doing some stuff with their kids, and I tell my wife, I'm like, that's they're out of their mind with that kid. There's no way.
That's
But
dedication, man.
I don't know how like they figured it out or where he found these people from. Like, it just came about, and it was like one day I was waking up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. to go skate before school, and it was like that was what I was told to do, and that's what we were going to do, and I was game for it, and I wanted to do it, and it just became the norm after a while. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about.
Your mom did that too, then?
Yeah, mom would bring me, he would bring me, and they'd.
Wow.
Now looking back on it, like being an adult now and seeing how work life and supporting kids and how all that stuff works, it's kind of fucking bananas.
Yeah, and how many brothers and sisters did you have?
Older brother, younger brother, and yeah, it was kind of all centered around me.
That motherfucker is funny, bro. The Rangers missed out on a front.
That's where we played the Brooklyn League in the fire department.
Good shot, Gabe. Good shot.
I'll get him.
So you used to skate every day before school?
It was more like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. Like, it was,
wow.
And I would go and not shower after and go right to class, and it was just sit and sweat for the rest of the day. And yeah, that became the norm. And probably I still skate with, like, I skated with the guy today that I skated with back then. Like, I've known him since I was 8, 9, 10 years old, and he still skates me today. So I was just out.
All right. So for people like me who don't know that much about hockey, what does that mean? You skate with him? You get on the ice and you guys just skate and do what?
Just drills. Like, it's just me and him, and he's kind of put me through just like individual. If you watch like basketball guys do it, going through different like shooting sequences and different dribbling drills and skates, working on power skating and shit like that. It's
all right. When do you learn the other stuff, like pulling the jersey over his head and fucking wailing like that, bro? When does that come?
That was never gonna be me.
No, you had to get a couple of scraps. No,
I think one in my professional career. That's
really?
it. Yeah.
Hope you won that one. 1-0.
Probably more of a draw.
Draw's all right. Did your friend? How far did he go? Similar to you, or did he? Where is
Which
he
one?
The guy that you drill with. You said where did
he
he?
Was a coach. Like, he was my coach
right.
growing up. Like, he was the one that was putting me through it as a kid. He was 30 back then. He's turning 50 now. And
oh shit.
Yeah, and he just a Russian guy that lives in Brooklyn, and yeah,
he was definitely this guy.
Hey, you're talking to my guy all wrong.
He would stick up for you.
Do it again. I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Sorry, that just felt appropriate.
It's a different accent, right? Hey, you're talking to my friend all wrong. You do it again.
So then after that, you went to St. Where did you go after that? Like,
Shattuck St. Mary's, yeah.
And that's like the top place.
What's that, like a hockey school? Like everybody plays hockey there?
It was a big, like, at the time, it was like Sidney Crosby had played there, Jonathan Taves, Zach Parisi. Like, it had like alumni that was all centered around hockey. I went there when I was for 8th grade, so when I was 12.
Dude, your dad was all in, man.
Where is that? Where is that school?
Faribault, Minnesota. It's like,
oh shit! So you had to,
yeah. I was gone. Like, I was living with roommates in a dorm room, and
in 8th grade.
In 8th grade, yeah.
Wow, that's manning up really quick, bro.
Mom was not happy about it, so
I didn't think so.
I
wouldn't.
Now,
think so.
I'm sure you don't just
young.
You don't just get into that thing. I mean, they have to accept you. Is that how that works? How does it?
Yeah. So Zach Parisi from the Islanders, his dad was like a big component there. Like, he was out looking for kids and looking for guys to come and to the school. And I talked to him after a tournament in Canada with the Royals. And it was kind of like I had researched it previous to that, and it kind of made my mind up that I was going. And yeah, it's kind of, I don't know how you find that stuff as a kid or how you even come across it, but you kind of, everything's word of mouth, and it's where I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. And yeah, like I said, Mom was not pumped, and Dad was kind of like, oh, it's what he wants to do. That's what we're doing.
Wow. So what does the day look like there?
Reichman, hold on. Reichman just texted me. He's like, Paul didn't like to fly, so he would drive back and forth to Minnesota.
All he did.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's a dedicated father, bro. Good for you.
He called himself
That's
the
fucking awesome.
concrete cowboy. Like he drove 20 hours, and yeah, he was not a plane guy.
Wow. So what does a normal day look like when you're in that school? Like, is it how much hockey, how much schoolwork? Is it?
He said the car was powered by dip and coffee.
That's it. Dip, coffee, and diesel gas.
I fucking love it, man.
Yeah, it was normal. Like you went to school in the morning, you were at class from 8 till 12, and sometimes you'd have like some days you have an off period, so guys would go skate because the rink was always there to if you wanted to go out and skate, and then we'd have practice after classes, and then it was that 5 days a week and games on the weekend for the August to May, basically.
Wow. So was there ever like maybe plan B will be a fireman, or that was never even in your head? There was no plan B.
There was no plan B. Yeah, I'm kind of wishing there was a plan B at this point. But yeah, there was no plan B at the time. It was everybody that goes there is kind of like, yeah, everyone here is gonna play in the NHL, and then you get older and see the actual numbers, and it's like, yeah, maybe like a guy from here will go play in the NHL at some point. But
well, that was you. You played in the NHL.
I might have been the one guy.
You're the guy, bro. See, it's me. I'm the guy. Awesome. I can't believe he would drive back and forth to Minnesota.
I'm just thinking about what he did, like
I'm
the
like, holy
dedication
shit.
that it, like you said, Ant, like what it takes. Wait till you start having kids. I know you just got married, but wait till you start having kids and think about like juggling the firehouse, right? Going to the fire department,
Getting mutuals.
Now again, he had a job where he could swap tours and he could work, 2 weeks or something, and then be off for a couple of days, in a row to do that. So that was a godsend for that. But you had other siblings and everything. It's a lot of stress to do that.
It makes no sense to me. Like it doesn't. Like I can't even comprehend between him and my mom, because she was a nurse. So she was working nights. I can't wrap my head around like the juggling and the logistics.
I have one of those little snot bags.
For the chance, like with the odds that are.
Yeah,
right?
just the chance. Yeah,
the chance of that to follow your dream, like, and then to get it, to do it. I mean, it boggles my mind. You know what I mean? Like that day that you came out, we'll talk about it, but
you would do it too for your girls. You kidding?
No, I know. It's just
I said he doesn't. It boggles. He doesn't know what until he has one of those little snot noses, and then he'll be like, "Now I know why my old man did it, bro."
Now I know he was sucking coffee and bourbon and dip.
Yeah. You know what? Before we get too far along, don't we have a wedding picture of his lovely bride?
Oh man!
Oh, don't do it. You don't want to do that right away?
Yeah,
man.
Go ahead.
He could be the president of the club.
Let's see. Let me determine that. Let me see.
Louis said top 10 before. I gave him top 5. Let's see what you say. Let's see where we go. Boom.
Good Lord. Wow. Dude, right now, this is what.
Oh my!
You might be the president of the I Married Up Club, bro. Good for you. Good thing for good people, bro.
And you just got married when, Ant? You got married in
August 15th,
wow.
Or 25th. They're one of the fives.
Where's she from? USA or is she European?
She's from Pennsylvania.
No shit, dude. If you told me she was from like Sweden or something, I would. Yeah, exactly. I would have believed you.
Wow, he might be the president of the I Married Up Club, bro.
Listen, she didn't do too bad.
Nah, she did. He's a good-looking
pretty
kid.
good
I'll give
in
it
that
to him, bro.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. Good for you. Oh,
man.
Good.
Nice,
No wonder he's smiling. Look at him.
Yeah, it worked out nice.
Yeah,
he's smiling.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
Pretty
smiling.
soon he's going to be chasing kids all over the place too.
I'm going to go cardiac arrest in 2 seconds. Somebody get the paddles.
So what do I have here? So you used to go to the FDPD game, correct? You remember
Yeah,
that?
as a kid, I went 2 years ago, I think. It was 2 or 3 years ago was the first time I was old enough to actually drink at it. So it was
fun. Yeah.
A different experience.
Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Yeah. But no, I always wanted to
get out there
to those games.
At any point you want to get out there and say, "Move over, boys. Let me show you how it's done over here."
Oh, yeah. Those guys got some game.
I've thought about actually wanting to just get out for the game. Like I've talked to a couple guys about just joining and try to try and play in the game.
You'll be doing all right out there.
Yeah.
So,
guys in the chat, wait a minute. Guys in the chat wants to know if your wife has a sister.
I was going to pull it up. I was like, I better wait.
He does have a sister who's retro too.
Is she taken?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Another hockey player. So Vinny Pickford, I don't know if you remember him. He told me a story. He said that your dad used to run for Squad 270. He used to run the FDPD game, right? So he would organize that whole thing, right? And he was so crazy that he would have guys like go down there and camp out that night before Coob, so that they would get the spots that they, like in the parking lot that he wanted. So they would go down there. Yeah. So they would go stay there. I'm like, so right away, I know this guy is he's on my wavelength, right? So he's a little crazy. And then he used to bring like sticks and stuff for all the kids to play, right? To play hockey. So Anthony was like, probably like whatever, 10-ish or something. I don't know. And all the kids were like 5. And I think it was Pickford's kid. And Anthony was like, he told me on the phone that he was doing something with the puck. Like, you ever watch the Tiger Woods?
Yeah, he does the
commercial. Yeah.
All shit.
Anthony was doing that with the puck, and he like flipped it and like he went to go do like a backhand. And as he went did a backhand, he like slapped the kid, I think Pickford's kid, in the head and like cut him. And Vinny said, we probably would, any other time we probably would have went to go get stitches, but we were all bombed. So we just like put some tape on them.
And tape and glue on that. Hold on a minute.
I don't even remember that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe you were drunk too. I don't
know. But he did say that your dad used to camp out and like do, look for specific spots like in the parking lot.
That was an important thing for him.
One of my oldest memories of my father was him taking me to the PDFD game, bro. Like, I didn't have many memories of him with the Firehouse, but that was one of them, going to that game with him. So that brings a lot of people together.
Yeah.
What other stories you got from Paul?
Then they said that the guys used to ask your dad what you wanted for dinner, and he would say, "Don't. We're just getting a meal. Don't ask we're not doing anything special for Anthony, So then they said that they would go and like ask you on the side. This was Reichman told me this, and he said you would say, "I like steak." So then they would buy steaks. And then your father would get pissed because they would.
Wow, look at that long hair, bro.
I remember him when he had that. Your dad had long hair, but
I always remember with long hair, bro.
He did, right? Yeah, he did have like a mullet.
Well, look at you, bro. Wow.
I was like a pretty little girl back then. I was just like long hair, very, very tiny. Yeah, that was the day he dropped me off.
Oh, that's school? Minnesota.
That's the day. Yeah, the day he dropped me off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy, huh?
Nice. When did you beef up, bro? What did you do to beef up?
2 years ago, probably.
Oh, his wife's a good cook too. Not if she's good looking.
Yeah, well, it took a long time. It wasn't. I was always gonna be like one of the smaller guys in the group. So it wasn't even college. Like same thing. It wasn't until maybe I was in my 20s that it all started to come together. That's why it was a little too late for everything.
So what do you think your best skills are? You fast? Are you puck handling? What do you
think?
Yeah,
it's definitely skating. Like that's what's got me.
Where you are.
Anthony, let me ask you this. I just Google searched you this morning just to get some information. I want to see some stuff, right? So I stalked you a little bit. There was a video with comparing you to McDavid. That's 100%?
Yeah, that happened.
So,
yeah.
dude, McDavid is probably the fastest skater one of the fastest, if not the fastest skater in the NHL. He's the best hockey player ever, right?
Yeah.
If besides Gretzky, he's up there.
He's the guy on the Oilers now?
Correct.
Yeah. Right.
And they during the All-Star game, they start off at like center ice and they go around the cones and they go around the whole rink, I think twice, and then they time you. So they do McDavid, and then in the same frame on the video, Anthony's at the bottom of that doing his. Is that in an All-Star game, Ant?
Yeah, so that was the AHL skills
All-Star
competition.
game? Yeah.
And he was the NHL skills competition the night before I had mine.
And he beat McDavid's time.
Did you get the video? Where's the video, bro?
Well, you can give it to me.
John, did you get that video?
Send it. Do you have a?
No, you got to find it. You're the fucking producer.
It makes things a little easier for me.
You'll find it. Pops right up if you look up Anthony Greco. It comes right up.
I think his wife comes up first. And then
well, no. Actually, what's his name? Jimmy Reichman said that the squad bought the hockey package just to watch you, like the NHL.
Oh yeah, they was on that. They were because they were
for you to watch the NHL, like just because you wanted to watch hockey all the time, every time you were over there. But it was good because all those guys like hockey. Myslinski's a crazy Ranger fan too, I believe.
Yeah, he is.
So where do you go after that school, bro?
Then I went to junior. So there's junior in the U.S. and then there's junior in Canada. Junior in Canada basically is like a substitute for college.
Right.
You guys will start getting paid, and that was not going to be my avenue because like I said, I was tiny. Like I would have just got bullied on the ice, and so I bought myself like a couple of years going to junior in the U.S. So I ended up in Des Moines, Iowa, and played USHL junior. And then played there my senior year of high school, and then 1 year after high school, and then college after that.
So you played in college. You went to Ohio State, right?
Ohio State, yep.
Yeah, dude. I was looking at again. You did great out there, even in those early years, like in Des Moines. You had 22 goals.
One of my best, like one of the most fun seasons because you're out of high school, so you're not going to class, and you're just playing hockey. And my buddy had a house at a billet. One of the billets there had like a 9-hole golf course. He had like the whole bottom floor of the house, so we were it's basically just partying and hockey for the most part. It's like it was just.
How bad could that be?
Oh, dude, I was like, that's tough life, Anthony. Partying and hockey. All right, so when does the Scudol start coming, bro?
Well, hold on. He goes to college. I want to hear about the college.
Go to college.
He went to Ohio State. He went to Ohio State. So we were just in Columbus.
On a scholarship, bro?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What was that like? Were they throwing panties at you over there when you were scoring goals over there?
That was you watching. No panties.
Allegedly.
Good man,
bro.
Could have happened. Maybe it happened. I heard it happened. I don't know.
It was. I got recruited, and then I came in, and the head coach at the time only lasted 1 year, and then he got fired, and the guy that recruited me became the head coach, and I probably even wasn't ready for that. Like I was still really like mentally and physically immature, and it wasn't probably till my junior year that I was ready to play. That was probably my junior year. Was probably when
you did well in that year too. I could see you scored 15 goals. You had 23 points.
Bro, you ever get your clock cleaned? Like a hit, somebody hit you.
Too many times, yeah.
And any of them stand out to you like this one time, like
this past season at college, actually my sophomore year, and this past season, were two. Like this past season, I was knocked out completely, and then in college, I don't know how I wasn't knocked out, but I probably should have. It was Mark Freeman actually, who's on Pittsburgh, who did it.
Did you wake up going? Is this it, Ruff?
Yeah, that's it.
Gonzo.
It's amazing.
Is this real time?
Yeah, dude, that's real time.
That's real time.
Yes.
Fuck.
So the clock is running. The clock is running there. So he's going to do it
I don't
in
think I can fight that fast, bro.
13.37 seconds.
Difference there. His feet never stop. He's able to hold the edge and keep stride.
All right, let's see Anthony now.
You see a lot of guys when they try to do it, they slip, right?
I don't get tried to.
Edge. And that's what's scary for.
Let's move this up a little bit. Here we go.
And then he popped.
The time to beat here in this one, 13.520, the fastest lap all time, though, 13.324.
Wow, he's absolutely flying.
Last turn, straight away. Greco, 13.25.
What do you get for that? Anything? Hope so.
You get a plaque.
Oh, plaque!
I think McDavid gets some free skates and an extra $1 million.
$1 million. I was just going to say $1 million.
McDavid, here's $1 million. Anthony, thanks so much. Here's your plaque.
That's exactly how it's
fucking plaque.
So you were actually the captain in Ohio State.
My senior year, yeah.
Senior year?
I don't think they really like that either. I think they tried to avoid giving me that. There was only 3 seniors left.
Yeah, I got you.
And they wanted to do like 3 different captains all wearing C's, which I've never seen before. So
stupidity.
Like, oh fuck, we got to give it to somebody. Hey, Greco.
Essentially, how it went to.
Did you feel like you were going to possibly get drafted at that point after that, or like any of those years, or what?
The whole time I thought I was going to end up playing in Europe, like right off the start. Like I thought I was my junior year. Like I never got really a lot of attention from NHL teams or anything. I went to development camp. Like I got invited to the Red Wings development camp after my junior year, but I figured I would go straight to Europe. And probably looking back, probably should have still went straight to Europe.
Why do you say that? Ian?
Just the way how things played out. There's a lot of different shit involved, but I think if you go to Europe and do well, they might value it a little bit higher than doing
politics. You mean politics?
Yeah, you can go over to Europe and it's more of a man's league over in Europe and a lot of those, and you do well there, they'll value that a little bit higher. They don't like to admit that probably, but they'll probably value it a little bit higher than doing well in the American League. And then you can kind of come back more on your own terms if you want to come back to North America. But I was, that's the way it shook out, and ended up getting an opportunity in the American League, like just on a minor league deal out of college. And it was,
dude, you crushed it though. Those years, like, I mean, you crushed it. I'm looking at the goals, like for the Thunderbirds, you killed it those couple of years there, right? I mean,
yeah,
16
the first
goals,
year was
29 goals.
Yeah, second and third year were really good years, and that's when I figured I would probably get a chance
in the NHL.
And yeah, that's when
Did you get paid in the minor in the?
Yeah, you get decent. You gotta put up like good numbers for a couple of years before you start doing it. And
give me decent, Anthony. Come on, let's be honest here. Give me decent. What is decent?
I know the numbers.
You make it 6 figures. Like it's not online. Like it's all, you're making anywhere from 150 to 350.
Wow,
it's doing all right.
That's doing all right. It's not what I thought, but
Gonzo, you got to hear it. Show me the money. That's right.
Is that what you were saying?
That's exactly for still in year 8. I'm still saying that.
You still saying that? Shit! Show me the money! Show me the money!
Oh, son of a bitch! You're lucky I got this. I saved that one special.
You know what? You know who also I heard saying that? I think his new wife was saying that, bro. Just don't forget.
It's gonna say that.
Also, too, saying it.
Yeah. What was she saying?
Oh man,
Johns, what was she saying? Hello.
Show me the money!
I was collecting my money. Sorry. It was all over my screen. I couldn't see it. I broke out the money gun for him.
Right after Anthony said I do, she was like, "Show me the money!"
So after you had that 1 year in, you got your chance for the Panthers. you played one game with the Panthers, correct?
Yeah, it was. That was not a good experience. Like,
oh, not that one. There you are.
Yeah, was so you signed basically like an entry level deal. Like you're basically you signed for due to your age, depending on your age, you signed for like 3 years, and then they own you for those 3 years. And then when those 2 or 3 years are up, you're what they consider restricted free agent.
Right. Then they could screw with you.
They can just all they have to give you is like a 10% raise, or they could tell you like we're not gonna give you anything, an offer, and you can become a free agent. But if they try and offer you like your 10% raise, like you could have 50 goals, like all they have to give you is a 10%.
10%. What the fuck are you gonna do with 10%?
Yeah.
But you guys got a union? What the hell's going on over there, bro? Where's the union?
The players' union they have there. I guess that's all the same thing, right?
They try and keep it like because you're usually a younger guy, so they don't, I don't know what they think you're gonna do with more money, but there's plenty of 19, 20-year-olds that are making millions of dollars. So it's
how old were you then when you were with the Panthers? In
I started when I was 23. So when I was restricted, I was 25, turning 26. So I was in that. I was 24, turning 25. So I was right in that like where it starts to get a little dicey, where it starts to go from like, am I still a prospect or am I getting a little too old now? And
that is that spot, man. There's no doubt. I mean, I talked to Myslinski. We used to talk all the time, and the guys from 270, and I used to say, "What's going on with Greco?" I used to follow you a little bit, even back then, because we were always looking out. Knowing your dad and everything, and Higgins too, right? We knew Captain Higgins from 231, so we knew Higgins. He played with the Rangers, I think, one game or something like that, if I remember right. But we were always looking at you guys all the time to keep track on what was going on. I don't know how that works with the waivers and all that other shit. Like, there's all sorts of stuff that goes on. But to spring forward just a little bit, you went back down to the minors, and you went to, I guess, San Jose. Then the Rangers picked you up.
Wait, before that, Roof, let me just ask you. So your first time on the ice as an NHL player, was that like surreal? What was that? Were you like, holy shit?
Yeah, I was scared shitless. It was just like you have like different guys have different experiences, but I kind of had a different one because I knew in the back of my head that I wasn't really wanted. Like they didn't really want to bring me up.
Right.
So I was kind of like, I mean, I got called up. The day I got called up, I flew to St. Louis. I'd been playing well in the American League. I flew to St. Louis at nighttime. They played St. Louis the next day. And when I got to the hotel and saw the GM that called me up for the first time, like he looked at me and he looked away. Like he wasn't like,
really,
hey, congratulations. Like, happy to have you here. Like,
oh, you know what he gets, bro? He gets this. Hold on a minute. You dick.
So I knew like the kind of like the history there with like the organization, and I was kind of like,
I wouldn't believe that shit went on like that. I wouldn't think that happened.
Yeah, it more often than you would think, but it was kind of just like
dick.
And yeah, he wasn't. I knew I wasn't like really, and they were a struggling team. Like Florida wasn't the most like
competitive at that time, right?
They weren't really competitive. They didn't really have like a standout like leadership group at that point. The leaders were like younger guys, and so they were kind of like all over the place. And yeah, when I got in the game, I put so much pressure on having to do well because this was my chance. But I didn't.
So you couldn't even enjoy the moment because you felt so pressured.
Yeah, it was a shit show behind the scenes with. But I got out on the ice, and like a week ago, I was playing in front of 300 people in Bridgeport on a Sunday, and it's like now on a Thursday night,
20,000 people there, whatever the heck.
Minnesota, you're like, this is a bit much. So yeah, that was. At one point in the game, I was like, I don't need to go out anymore. I think I'm
really? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
When he got to the hotel, they're like, Greco. Nope.
How are the guys in the locker room? Were they cool?
Yeah, it happens so often. Like, it's just like next guy come in and they don't really tell you much. Like, you don't get, like, they're just like, come to the rink and practice and then play. And there's not like, you don't have like this aha moment of them telling you like exactly how things
This
go.
is how you do this, really? And I would think that would be the exact opposite of
I know, right?
Yeah, no, it's very just like.
Well, the farm team usually plays similar to the. Is that right? If I have that right, does the farm team usually play similar?
Kind of match
mirror each other.
Like you have, most guys that get called up in my situation are going to play like 9-10 minutes. Like in the American League, I was playing 20-25 minutes. Like they needed me to score goals and play offense. In Florida, they just, when you get called up, you're like, you're going to play on the fourth line, third line, and
we need a body. Go out there.
Keep it simple. Yeah. Keep it very simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. Don't hurt us. Don't, if you help us, great, but just don't hurt us type of thing. Right?
You think it's the opposite because you see, like, sometimes in baseball, the kid Brett Beatty from the Mets gets up and he hits a home run on his first fucking major league at bat, and his parents are there, and you think this is that fucking great moment. And you're like, that's the way
this is how it is.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But he's like, I really kind of fucking.
That's one out of a. First of all, it's 1 out of 1 million to even be standing there, right?
Yeah.
More than 1 million. And then to, like Anthony was saying, just to be on the ice there. I mean, to try and enjoy it, your mom and dad, all that stuff, and all the sacrifice. You think like, holy shit, like you said, it's so much weight on you to.
Right. I mean, everybody in the Firehouse must have been watching. Though,
oh
right?
my God, dude, they were crazy. Reichman was telling me, I talked to him yet. They were crazy when he was getting called up. Forget about when he got called up for the Rangers. It was like Trevigno's the other one.
What did your father say about like when you went to? Did he have any words of encouragement? Did he say anything to you? Like, you remember?
Yeah, no, it was just like I called back here when I got the call, and my mom started immediately bawling. So she was out, and then
that's crazy.
He was just like, yeah, that was he was sick at that point.
Oh, he was already. So
yeah, he was sick, and it was kind of just like, go do your thing. Like, don't put too much stress about it, and have fun and enjoy it. But yeah, you put so much emphasis on like, this is it. Like, if I don't do this well, like I'm right back to where I started.
At your age, like you said before, it's such a young person's game. It's even getting younger. So
even
24, 25, you're already in that. I'm not really sure. Like Anthony was saying, like unfortunately, and I said it to him, and I'll say it again. And talking to all the guys that I know who watch hockey, when Anthony got called up, when he got traded to the Rangers, to the Wolfpack, and he came up. I guess there was COVID. I don't remember the whole fucking thing, but I remember he got called up. I am telling you right now, Koob, and I'm not just blowing smoke up that guy's ass. He could not have done anything more in that game besides score a goal, but he just missed a goal. He could have had at least 2 assists if the guys, I don't remember who it was, but they missed, had like almost like a wide open net, and the guy made an incredible save, or they shanked. I don't remember the whole thing. He played the whole game to the point where Sam Rosen and Joe, the announcers, mentioned him over and over again. And then in between periods, Valaket had mentioned him. And I know he knows this, but I don't know if Koobs knows this. In between periods, they had him come on, with the headset, and they were talking to him, with the Ranger announcers. And they put up everything he had done that period. I think it was the first period. And, how many shots he had on goal and his time on the ice. You know what his time on the ice was?
No.
3:43.
And he did all that in 3:43.
But 3:43.
Like, 3:43.
If you don't think that the old man is watching when you put in your time.
So your dad wasn't alive at the time that you played for the Rangers? Or
he passed away May of 2020.
Oh man, that had to be tough. So I know it's a downer, but let's talk about your dad a little bit. Like, when did he find out he was sick, and how did that affect you playing? Or it had to shake you up, right?
Yeah, that was like, for me, he was like my favorite.
The Rock. Yeah, he's a Rock, man.
He's invincible, right?
Yeah, and he had a seizure. I had senior weekend at Ohio State, So it was our last, like as seniors, it was our last home games. So everybody came out or whatever, and he had Saturday night was the last game. He had a seizure that morning in the hotel, and that's kind of like set everything off.
Started it off.
Yeah, that started it off, and he was good for a while.
What did the seizure come from? What was he?
He was just like hypoxic and not getting enough oxygen to his brain, and had all these, like, every illness that you can think that was going on, and it was just kind of like all came to a head. Like it all kind of popped, and at first I think they thought he had brain cancer. Then he was in the hospital at Ohio State for 2 weeks, I think. So they stayed in Columbus for about 2 weeks, and yeah, it's just like anything.
And you're trying to keep focus on what you're trying to keep focus on. And I mean, it's just impossible to do, obviously. I mean, we're dealing with, we say all the time, Kevin and I, we don't know how much time we got, you know what I mean? Because we were there, your dad was there, we were all there. And, we're all running full speed just because, we don't know. And we have friends all the time.
Dude, every time my wife reads one of the things, she looks at me like, she gives me that look like.
And it's just your, it's your time. When it's your time, it's your time. That's what we go by.
What was he officially diagnosed with at the end? What was the?
I mean, he had cancer.
Oh, he did have cancer.
Yeah, he had cancer. Might have even had liver cancer as well. Kidney failure.
Oh wow! Did he not feel any of that coming on, or is it just so fast?
I think it's just old school mentality. Like I called it out years ago, previous. Like we were still living in Minnesota in the summertime, and we'd go. There was like a bar down this hill, and we'd walk and go to the bar, and then we walk back up, and
he'd lose his breath.
He can get up the hill. Like I'm
right.
like, and it was always like, I'm retired. I'm just out of shape. Like I can't,
Right.
And
he never got it looked at, and he just that old school mentality.
Yeah, it was just kind of one of those things. And he came. It was my senior year too. Him and my little brother came out for. We were playing Michigan, and I had a tying goal with like 3 seconds to go, and it was like this big thing. And I remember him complaining how like he had like a headache and just like a migraine that he almost like couldn't function. And I'm like, everything, I was kind of putting the pieces together, and yeah, it was eventually coming to a head. Like it was eventually going to happen, but yeah, it was more like the breathing thing. I was like,
something's not right.
I think the pulse ox, like your oxygen level would hit like 75, and it's probably supposed to be around more like 98. And he would go play tennis like that. We were trying to play tennis, and he couldn't even like walk to get a ball.
So Coobs, Reichman just texted me. He's like, his dad would run marathons, right? I remember that too, actually.
He was always in good shape.
Yeah, he was always in good shape. He said before he retired, he would run to work from Floral Park. Like he would
Holy shit, that's a long fucking run.
And then ride his bicycle back home.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember like again, like we have a lot of guys on the show, like legit your father was real deal fireman. You know what I mean? Like there was no hiding in the back room. You know what I mean? Like that guy was a real deal. And I remember him, like I was telling you in the pre-show, he had got there kind of when I got promoted, after 9/11, we kind of missed each other a little bit, but I do, I remember him, and I know I had jobs with him. He was a real deal. You know what I mean? And
he was a lunatic is what.
Listen,
you gotta be a lunatic
to be good at this job. You have to be a little crazy.
Great head of hair though, too, right, bro? Pull up back, man. Look at that head of hair on that son of a gun.
Yeah, there was always had good hair all the way to the end, and
that I remember too.
Yeah.
So he retired. He retired off the job before he got sick.
Yes, and then they moved to Florida.
That's a good pick.
I remember
great picture, man.
Yeah.
Ohio State. Yeah.
Yeah, they ended up moving. He was sick. They were still in Minnesota. Then they moved to Florida, got a place in Delray.
Delray, my neck of the woods.
He had to come back up to New York. So
your mom Italian?
Irish. She just
Irish.
says.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, Anthony?
Fucking pages.
No, you don't.
I want to marry you. No, you don't, Danny.
No, you don't.
Wow. You know what?
So tell us.
I'm wrong. People might care about hockey. You know what I'm saying, Gonzo? Gonzo, hit it.
Cares about hockey. That includes everyone.
That includes everyone.
So the next day after he plays this game, that I remember texting Myslinski, I remember texting Reichman, I remember texting all these guys saying, dude, he's going to stay up. Like, he fucking played one of the best games ever for the Rangers. Legit. And tell the truth, you played a good game for the Rangers that day.
I felt like I was way more prepared for this one than I was the one in Minnesota with Florida years prior.
Like, he could have easily had a goal. He should have had a couple of assists on there without a doubt. He had a few shots on net. He played great. And
look at that.
Like the next,
jersey.
that
you still got that jersey, bro?
I think my mom does, actually.
Really?
Somewhere around here.
Who were the guys in the Ranger locker room that you remember? Were anybody with dicks, or were they cool? Who was the cool guy?
Oh, everybody was good. Like Strome was a guy that never stopped talking. Like he
Ryan?
always talked.
Yeah.
Shesterkin was. I still say to this day, like as far as being like talent wise, like I obviously he's a goalie, but he's the best hockey player I've ever seen. Like he's that good.
The goalie.
He was unbelievable.
I don't know about hockey, bro. Come on.
But he kind of kept to himself.
He looks quiet. He looks like
a very quiet guy. And Panarin, same kind of deal. But everybody was a good guy. Like Kreider's a great guy. Zibanejad's kind of a quieter but great guy. Like everyone's like, you realize when you get up, like you think all eyes are on you, but everybody's paying attention to themselves. Like everybody's, on their own kind of. They're worrying about themselves playing well and their performance, where you think like you're the guy getting called up. So everybody's kind of like
grouping around you. Yeah. Let's help this guy. By the way, that's the Firehouse though. When you're the new guy, everybody's making sure you're good. You know what I mean?
Anthony, there's a couple of guys in the chat. Paul is one of the toughest guys at 270. Ray, he always took the nozzle on RSOT. He led by example. And then Reichman said, I saw his ears melted at a job as the senior guy. So
I remember that because I was playing at Shattuck and I played a game. My mom was with me and she said he got hurt. And that was like, I had a phobia for that when I was a kid, because I would just like, for whatever reason, it freaked me out that something could happen. And then he surprised me in Madison, Wisconsin, that he drove to.
With his ears like bandaged up?
Bandaged up ears, yeah.
No shit.
Really? All right, Anthony, who's tough, a fireman or hockey players? So what happens? Why did you only play one game for the Rangers then if you did so well?
Yeah, that's just the whole thing.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, we talked about that.
It's just I wasn't expecting, like, I played good to the point where even I tricked myself thinking I'll get another game. And it's
right.
Like you get that. It's funny. Like I've been telling my mom, and hockey's like the bad girlfriend that you have. It's just like she keeps cheating on you, but she gives you just enough hope to keep you around, and she keeps manipulating a little bit. Yeah. And you're like, you want her to love you back, and she just won't.
She just won't.
You want her to love you back, but
right.
she just won't.
Right.
But she'll give you just enough of a taste to be like, all right, this is going in a good direction, and then she'll just start cheating on you again.
All right, I got a good question for you.
I was hurt at work today.
This is actually, I was going to say, we have audio of your conversation with what's his name, Roof? Dolan, as to what transpired between you two. So you said to him what?
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Is that true? Did that really happen?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And
But first he said what, Guns?
Which one?
The first one.
Oh, the first one.
I was hurt at work today.
What's the rest of it? Come on!
You for help. Or maybe I could sue for punitive damages that you're giving me. Sue everybody.
I don't know. Sue everyone. And then you said, go
let me
fuck
ask you
yourself,
this.
Dolan.
Let me ask you this. Who that you remember you felt like didn't get a shot beside yourself that deserved a shot? Like guys that, you felt like maybe they got screwed over or vice versa. Like guys that are in the NHL.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I could feel that, man.
There's so many guys like in both. Like hockey's, everybody talks about it. It's a meritocracy. It's a meritocracy. Like that whole thing is like, that's all bullshit. Like,
and I wouldn't believe that would go on at that level.
I didn't think so either.
Yeah, no, that's what everybody thinks. Like, that's why everybody, Twitter is the way it is and social media is the way it is. Complain about like this guy and that guy. And my best buddy, I'm biased towards him, obviously, but Tanner Fritz, who was with the Islanders for a while, could easily be an NHL player. He's been, I play with him in Hartford, and he's back in Bridgeport now. Like he could easily be a 20-goal scorer in the NHL, and it's just not a thing. Like it's
right.
And there's plenty of guys that make millions of dollars in the NHL that wouldn't have 20 goals in the American Hockey League. That's just
right.
Like,
no, I got you, man.
That's just how it goes. You got to get lucky, and you got to play right. If you're not drafted, you got to play good at the right time in front of the right person.
Right. You just have to get lucky there, right?
Or it has to be like a fireman from a nowhere company trying to get to 111.
we get all these guys. They've been in like the best places, right? Well, like how'd you do that
happen?
I've never done this before.
It's not far off yet.
You're not far off.
Hey, Mr. Dolan, can I see you for a second?
Is this frowned upon? Holy shit! So after that, you went out where, to Sweden? Is that where you went out to?
Sweden, yeah.
Sweden. See, that's where I thought you met your wife in Sweden.
No,
you look Swedish.
Right before it.
Before. Dude, what are you saying right there? Like, fuck you, Dolan.
And dude, he fucking killed it. He killed it out there too. Everywhere he goes, man. I think he scored. What'd you have? 13. You had 13 goals, 25 points, man.
Yeah, it was a good year.
How much were you playing out there? Were you playing a lot, or were you?
Not at the beginning. Turn? No, there was very like. I probably like 2 months in, I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? It's kind of like,
really?
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. And it's an adjustment. Like the ice is it feels like it's a lake.
It's bigger, right? It's
everything's exhausting. And like, this is so much fucking skating.
There's less hitting over there too, right? Or no?
Yeah, it's weird because they're not like North Americans are psychopaths. Like there's a lot of psychos over, and they're not like ever going to fight anybody, but there's no fighting there, so they'll take runs at guys because they know there's no like consequence to it.
I got something stuck in my throat. Pussies. I'm sorry, bro.
But that's how it is. Like it's so I felt more comfortable. Like I felt like I was Ryan Reeves there. It was kind of just like,
no shit, really.
Yeah,
well, maybe you got to explain to me who the fuck that is.
Ryan Reeves is like he's a monster. He's been fighting. He's one of the toughest guys ever in the NHL. Yeah, the Rangers had him for a couple of years too.
Yeah,
and they let that talent go too. Look at that. I got to call up fucking Dolan and say, what are you doing over
there? I mean, again, you look at that guy, right? They think, again, he's in the NHL. He's making a couple million a year, right? Whatever he's doing, and he plays 5 minutes a game.
Somebody's purpose, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he just makes everybody safe, right? In the end, he's just the safety net, in case somebody screws with somebody.
Well, he's the enforcer.
He is, but he didn't. I think the Rangers paid him $2 million or I don't even know what they paid. Yeah, some ridiculous $2 or $3 million and whatever. Maybe I'm.
Did you make any shekels over there? And
he only had one fight, Coop.
One
or
fight.
2 fights for the year.
Nobody's gonna fight him. Like
Nobody wants to fight him.
Maybe he's just got to beat one guy's ass, and then nobody else is going to fight him.
Well,
you know,
I mean,
That's it,
he's
yeah.
been around forever. I mean,
nobody
he's
wants
an
to
older
fight
guy
him.
now. But
So when do you start making the shekels, Anthony? I mean, when is it? When with the
He's been
rolly
asking-
blade?
he's
He's
asking-
got the rolly blade
Like,
over there.
when I get a new job.
What's the backup plan?
When I get out of hockey, maybe.
Now you're looking at a backup plan. Like, motherfucker, I should have had a backup.
So you were saying that you're working to try and get back into the Swedish league? Is that what you're doing, or how does that work?
There's options. You play for so long, and like we've talked about, it's you wait for the other shoe to drop. You wait for kind of the reward, or you have things you want to accomplish, then you accomplish them, and it's like, all right, there's no NHL, there's no monetary reward really. It's kind of like it turns into a job really fast, and it's like, all right, I'm just kind of playing to make
statement
money.
There, it turns into a job really fast.
Did your wife know about this before you married her?
You came late to the party. Yeah,
He's like, oh, hockey player.
Anthony's like this, ex-nay on the job aid.
Yeah, it's so right now.
Walking in
Yeah,
like, maybe you don't know me, but I'm a hockey player.
Yeah. Listen, how do you not get picked? I mean, how are you not getting picked? How are you not getting picked? You did 13 goals, 12 points, 12 assists in 40 something games. Come on.
like there's options, and there's all the bullshit that you deal with here. They got their same version of bullshit over there. Now you're in another person's country. They have a huge number of players over there, and it's like now I'm gonna be slotted in behind somebody else that was born downtown in the city that I'm playing in, and it's the BS never leaves. That's just part of the game. It's like any business. Like,
yeah, I guess that's true.
There's nepotism, and there's all that
I've never
stuff.
heard of that on the fire department.
No.
What about
Ray Sealy?
Ray
Ray Sealy in the chat in caps yelling "civil service" with exclamation points.
What about like the Olympic team, bro? Can you get on that or?
Nope.
Nah.
That'll never happen.
I'm gonna make a call. I'll make a call for you if you need.
I know.
I mean, I'm taking anybody that's willing to help and all.
Anybody out there can help Anthony with a hockey job.
But yeah, it's the same. It's the same deal. But you try and keep everything in perspective. You're playing a game for, a bit of money, and it's basically when your body and mentally you're just done doing it.
How far away from there, Ant?
It could be tomorrow, to be honest.
Give me one more fucking drink over here tomorrow.
Nah, listen,
Yeah,
you got to run it. Like all those guys, they run it till this is the natural progression, right? You go to the AHL, you try and get in the NHL, you get a couple of games. I mean, you look at a bunch of guys, it's all the same thing. And then they don't get it, and then they go to Europe, right? And then you run that to the best you can. Like you were saying in the pre-show, like being in Europe for 8 months is it's tougher than
It's
you
not
think.
like a 2-week vacation. He said.
Yeah,
before.
no, it's a little tougher,
That's when like the dad stuff comes in too.
The FDNY test is next.
Yeah, right. No doubt. Yeah.
No, I try and think about what he would
that's good
wisdom he would kind of say about the situation, and I think 50% of them would say fuck them all, and the other 50% is you play
suck them dry. Yeah, suck them dry as much as you can, and make a few bucks while you can, doing something you love anyway.
Yeah.
What is the career longevity of a hockey player usually?
I think the average is kind of close to like a football player. I think it's only like
10
3 or
years?
4 years.
Yeah.
3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't
Because I know
think it's very
football
long.
is only like 6 or 7 years, bro. Something like that. It's not long.
No, it's not. It's not long. That's why
You gotta make the scuttles while you're there. You know what I'm saying? Talk to Uncle Lou over there. He'll help you.
I'll take care of it. I'll make a few phone calls.
Yeah.
I'll take care of Frolanda.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Frolanda? I don't even know.
Rolanda. I was Joel Lundqvist is Henrik Lundqvist's brother.
Yeah, brother. It's twin brother.
It's twin, like, and they are identical. They're on every billboard in downtown. And
he was on that team?
He was our captain, Joel.
How was he?
He was good. He was basically just Henrik as a player. Basically.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. So he's not a goalie, he's just a player.
He's a player, yeah. He was a centerman. He was our captain, and
Henry did all right with the Scuttles, right, bro? What did he make that guy?
He did play.
Oh, Hank? Oh
yeah.
my God. They're throwing stuff at him. He's got a podcast now. He was doing announcing. He was doing. I mean,
got cologne now.
Yeah, he's got cologne. He's always got dress. He's a big dresser all the time.
He doesn't bring the Firehouse kitchen.
Yeah, did you always have this tight, skinny jean suit when you walked into the Ranger game? Did you have that going on? Because they always wear the tight suit.
That's not my thing. That's not my thing.
What they had, the Z Cavaricis and the shirt.
They had
members only jacket.
They had parachute pants back in those days too.
He's not old enough for that, bro.
Hey, what year were you born at?
93.
Oh my God!
That's why I got on the job, for God's sake.
I was already married for the first time. 3 times a charm, Anthony, but not in your case, bro. Hold on to that one, will you?
Nah, he's doing all right, Ant. He's doing all right.
Who was that? Anthony or me?
The meatloaf!
What else you got, Roof?
No, I'm just thinking.
Yo, somebody filling up that glass for you because it looks like you're drinking, but it ain't going anywhere, bro.
I'm filling it up on the side.
Good man.
No, that person back there.
Cardiac! Flatline!
That girl is not from Pennsylvania, that's for sure. There ain't no way.
What does she do for a living? She got a job? Like a real job?
Yeah, she's like an interior designer.
I knew it, bro. It's either be clothes or interior designer.
Artsy. Yeah.
Good for you. Somebody bring home the bacon. Good for you, bro.
That's my game plan right now.
So you got a looker and she brings home the bacon. Dude, forget about playing in the AHL. Your old man is so proud of you right now, bro. Fuck, that's my boy right there, bro.
I was telling Anthony in the pre-show, my old man passed away when I was 9, and I mean, it's every day. At some point, if I'm making a decision or something, and I'm not sure, like I think to myself, like, what the hell would this guy? He would be 90 today, my old man. Right?
Wow, today?
No, coming up November.
Happy birthday, Carmine.
But I think to myself, like you were just saying, like, what you're gonna do that your whole life, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a good thing. I mean, it's not a good thing, but it's a good thing to have somebody that you still think about all the time, that you're making decisions based on, how you were brought up and what good stuff.
I know my old man is looking down and saying, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? What is he doing? Right?
No doubt.
There is no doubt.
No doubt.
My mother keeps saying to me all the time, oh, your father would be so proud of you, the podcast. He loved the job too. I'm like, no, he's not. He's looking at me and saying, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Kevin's father was on, you out of your dad there. Kevin's father was on the job, and his 2 brothers. One brother did 42 years, right?
Yeah. But no doubt, my old man's looking at me with that eye, like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Nah, good stuff. Well, it was a pleasure to have you on. I'm glad you made the time, man.
I haven't laughed this hard on the podcast in a long time, bro.
I'm glad. It looked like he had fun. I don't know. It looked like he had fun.
No, thank you so much for letting me come on. It's nice, like a
your
little
old man.
getaway.
All kidding aside, man. Your old man is so proud of you. Like, and part of it is your hot old lady, but I'm not going to lie to you. But he's definitely proud of you, and your mom too, man, because she did. Here's the thing with women that people don't realize. Not only was your mom dealing with your dad being a fireman, because that is taking on a whole nother family. Like when you're a wife of a fireman, bro, you got to accept that whole other family and all the functions, all the bullshit that go on. But now she had to deal with taking you all over the place and going with you and following your dreams, bro. So good for her, man. That's a good, strong woman. Good Irish woman, for fuck's sake. Good for her. What's her name, bro? What's your mom's name?
Mary Jane.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it's Mary Jane. Oh, good for Mary Jane. Great job for Mary Jane. And what do your other siblings do?
Paul, my older brother, is a lawyer in the city. And Nick is my younger brother. He's living here. He's doing sales. And
3 boys, huh?
3 boys.
Wow.
They got I think that
What
was
was that house like? Holy mackerel! I can't.
think that's the only thing my dad was gonna deal with was boys. That's
really,
yeah. It was
three boys. Could you imagine 3 boys in the house? What's going on there?
I got
Shit's got to be breaking every day.
3 boys and 1 girl. It's constant fighting, bro. That's what it is. Constant
It's
fighting
constant.
all the time. That's
A lot
good
of that,
stuff.
I'm
And
sure.
I fucking laughed my ass off. Thank you so much, man. Good stuff.
No, it's good to
Thank
talk
you,
to you,
guys.
old man too.
And listen, dude, I hope go crack some skulls over there.
Yeah, we
Get
wish you the
back.
best, man. I'll keep an eye. I'll be stalking you, man. You know, I'm not,
Yeah.
too much, but I'll keep an eye on you.
You know what?
Zlitsky.
I originally felt this way. I don't feel like this anymore. But Gonzo, play the whole long version of what I set up for Louis.
Okay, here we go.
Nobody cares about hockey. Nobody cares about hockey.
Look at Anthony's face.
Where's the rest of it?
I don't know. That's what he sent me.
What the fuck, dude? It was like 2 minutes long.
Yeah. What's that?
Nobody cares about hockey.
I just keep it going.
That includes everyone. I
See,
care
now-
about hockey now because I'm going to follow Anthony.
Do you follow Trevigno? How is he doing?
He was up there. He got brought up out of school when I was still in Hartford.
What's his first name?
Bobby.
Oh, Bobby. I knew an Andrew Trevigno, and actually, I think his brother was Bobby. Did they
His
live out on Long
father-
Island?
Yeah,
They did. His father worked in Squad 41.
Because
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah,
I used to volunteer
you know.
with an Andrew Trevigno, and his brother was Bobby. I think he was a cop first. I don't know if that's any relation. Might be just a similar name, but anyway, I don't want to ruin that.
And
Nobody cares about hockey.
he's on the Hartford team, right?
yeah. He was sent down to Hartford at a camp this year. So
So he's going through the same shit you're going through.
same shit.
That's
Welcome to the club.
bullshit.
Do you guys talk at all? Does
No,
he know?
he was
No?
there for quick. Like I think he only played like 10 games at the end of the season there, and that's kind of just how it goes. Like you play on a team and then you get traded or the season's over and it's
Just
like
moving on. Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys.
I gotcha.
see you later.
Do you need
Yeah.
a getting salty bib for Lou tonight? Hey, Gonzo, before we leave, there were 2 questions in there that somebody asked.
Yeah, I highlighted them. Here we have Mr. Genovese. He says hey Anthony, his name is Michael. He wants to know what you think about the New York Rangers, the team this year. Excuse me.
What do I think about the team?
I think they suck ass because they don't have Anthony. That's what I think.
I like the younger guys like the Lafrenières and
They
the
got
Cap-
to do something, right?
I tell everybody this, like the most skilled guy I've ever been in the ice with is Caco. Like practice camps and scrimmages, like he is the most skillful hockey player I've probably ever seen. And if those guys, a lot of it's going to depend on if those guys do well.
Lafreniere is not wowing me, man. I don't know. Listen, I know that's social media. Everybody's bashing this poor kid, but like Kako, you could tell he's growing.
Kako.
Yeah.
He had a really good he looked
Yeah,
good
he's
in
doing
preseason.
good. He looks strong. Like
Yeah.
Lafreniere doesn't look that good. I don't know.
Like
again,
Gonzo,
he's
play the
still
song.
young, but-
Gonzo, play the song, will you?
What's the other question?
Gonzo, play the song for me, please.
I'll play the fucking song.
Nobody cares about hockey.
That includes everyone.
Okay. He wants to know what it was like playing at Penn State. Supposed to be the loudest in college, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of them for sure. We played their first game when they came into Big Ten, and it was that place. The arena itself, like they spent so much money on
Money over there, right?
and it's you can eat off the floor. Like that was one of my parents' favorite places to come visit. And
cool.
I think Jimmy Reichman's been out there. I think and a couple other firefighters where I was playing.
Reichman told me your old man when you were the captain, he showed up with like an armband or a headband. That
Yeah,
said-
where's the captain's sleeve? The soccer captain's sleeve.
Fucking great. That's great.
That's fucking awesome, man.
It was just like those are beer drinking trips for them. Like,
yeah. They know.
Right.
Yeah. All
Allegedly.
the FDNY hockey team was coming out, right, and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So, Ant, I just wanted to throw this out there. I mean, I wish you the best of luck, but just in case you don't get signed anywhere, if you want to sell that Rolex at a discounted price, I'll take it off your hands.
He's got a lot of watches. I'm
I've
sure
had
he's got
that
a lot of
conversation myself already. I'm like, I might need some money.
All right, guys.
Ant, you're gonna do just fine, brother. Don't worry.
Oh,
man.
you're the best, man.
Thank you
Thanks
very much.
for coming on, bro.
All right, yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys, what do you got to take us out? Anybody got any shout outs?
No, I don't have any. I know you gave a little shout out to Susie's husband. I guess Lee's not doing so well health wise.
I think Susie too is not doing well. So we'll say our prayers for Susie and for Lee. And Procacini, I'm going to call you tomorrow. I got to talk to you about something. And me, Ruffy, and we have actually something really big coming up. We're not going to say what it is yet, but it's going to be huge. It's coming up. I'm getting salty, fellas. And we'll see you Thursday night. We don't know what the fuck we got going on Thursday night, but we'll bring something. So,
Ant, it was a pleasure, brother.
Great show,
Thank you,
bro.
guys.
Thanks. Your old man was a great guy, man. And the dedication he had to you and the dedication your mom had to you, man. Guys should model themselves after those two.
I
Excellent job.
appreciate it. Nice.
You got
being
good
there,
oaks
guys.
there, brother. You got
Good
oak trees.
oaks. I like it. All right. So, in other words, we'll see you Thursday night. It'll be a surprise guest. Until then, stay low and go.
All right, everybody. We'll see you at the big one.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Stay safe.